it's so hard to stop doing things that you know isn't good for you, whether it's weed, alcohol, food, sex, scrolling, or even chasing the wrong people. The truth is, addiction is rarely about the substance or the habit itself. It's about what your inner child never received. Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome back to Mindset of a Goddess TV, where we heal from the inside out. At least I try to help you heal from the inside out. Here we dive into inner child healing, shadow work, and emotional transformation through the lens of science, spirituality, and truth. Today, we're going to go deeper than a surface level of addiction. We're not just talking about habits, we're talking about the root, the part of you that still craves safety, love, and peace. Because here's the thing, you can't fully heal an addiction by focusing on the habit. You have to understand the wound that created it. In this video, we'll explore 3 key areas: childhood wounds that led to addiction, your inner child behind the habit, and how to reparent yourself to heal for good. If you ever been stuck in a cycle and wonder, why do I keep going back? This video is for you. Growing up, I observed patterns in people I grew up around. That's all I did growing up. And since I'm not around a lot of them now, I think I've pretty much closed my case study with them and been more focused on people. I even carried some of these patterns and feelings until I chose to heal, fully heal myself. Anytime I leaned into an addiction, whether it was food, alcohol, or even people-pleasing behaviors, it happened when I was back around the same environments. Keyword, back around the same environments or around the same people that weren't good for me. Many people I grew up around used drugs, alcohol, smoking, food, material things, or manipulation as ways to cope with unhealed wounds and unresolved emotions. Many adults hadn't healed their inner child, and the behaviors that they had or that they carried were passed down to the next generation, generation after generation. This created that illusion that survival and coping were your fault. The brain of a child growing up in an unstable or emotionally neglectful environment learns to seek comfort anywhere it can. And that's one of the things I used to observe a lot growing up, starting when I was young. The same part of the brain that processes pain also processes reward and pleasure. Essentially, addiction becomes the nervous system's way of self-soothing when it doesn't know how to regulate naturally. For generations, these coping mechanisms became normalized. If you didn't participate in any of these, you were often labeled as the nice one, the naive one, or being perfect, or even bougie. You know, the thing when they say, if you know better, you do better. And now I don't care because it is what it is. Addiction isn't about weakness or lack of discipline. It's a reflection of unhealed trauma and emotional neglect. I noticed patterns in the people I grew up around. Cousins, and not just cousins, it was many different relatives. But I'm specifically speaking on cousins because I watched a lot of them either ruin their life or just put their life in the wrong direction because of the use of drug abuse, not even just the use, but the abuse of drugs and alcohol every single day or anytime they could afford it. And some was able to actually function with it, but who knows what health problems they will have growing up. Because even in the adults, a lot of the elders in the family, a lot of them suffered from their past choices. Their choices weren't about enjoyment. They were about avoiding life and emotions they refused to face. And how do I know that? Because we all have choices, including myself, and me being blood related to them. I had a choice, and I made a choice to take a different path or choose a different direction or just learn things so I can have a better path for myself and not end up like a lot of them. And One time I went to Dallas to an event, and there was a lady and she was very inspiring. And she said that someone told her you could either end up like the rest of your cousins or you can go after your dreams and do better and end up having a better life. And she was very motivational and inspirational for me because I knew I wasn't going to end up like them, but just to hear someone in a similar position or just in a that grew up in a similar environment was enough to make me go after my goals, my dreams, or just go after the life I knew I deserved. Now, many people I grew up around also struggle with weight. It wasn't because they love food, it was the voids they were trying to fill. Emotional wounds went unhealed, self care was neglected, and habits were passed down as normal. Smoking and drinking addictions were carried on by elders influencing younger generations. And I know that's where it came from because a lot of us was introduced to alcohol at a very young age. For me, emotionally, I was absorbed in my own life. At least I tried to stay that way. I tried to have two separate well, I did have two separate lives until I became around 30. I decided to integrate my life as one and just throw out all the addictions and habits. And if you watch my Becoming Her journey, you can learn more about it. But when I was around these people, I would sometimes join in weed or alcohol, not for excitement though, but to cope in those moments. None of these behaviors brought real fulfillment. They were temporary solutions for emotional discomfort. My inner child was seeking peace, safety, acceptance in a world that didn't feel safe. Really, in an environment that didn't feel fully safe, or, an environment that you always had to constantly question. Spiritually, I cleansed my soul and aligned my mind, body, and spirit with God. And not too many people were happy about that, especially as I got older. I was on a path with God in my younger 20s, but I did see myself get off of that path. I never gave up on God, but I did remove myself from that path because it is a path that's less traveled and a path at a young age that's very hard to do when you don't have the proper support or the proper environment or the proper friends to help you along the way or just be there. But as I got older, thank God that I was able to switch my mindset and just switch my perception on my own life and trust God to heal me within. And I did this not to just have a better life, but to create a better physical, mental, and emotional being, especially stepping into my 30s and getting older. Now, my inner child exists in a calm, peaceful, and happy state. I no longer need substances or distractions to cope. And that is something I'm very happy about and very proud of, especially somebody who doesn't have kids, because they won't have to be around that or they don't have to experience a lot of things that I did. Healing your inner child means putting yourself first, even when it feels uncomfortable or unusual. Step away from the crowd, online spaces, social events, or one on one situations. Prioritizing your needs over what everyone else expects is where true transformation begins. Reparenting yourself means learning boundaries and reconnecting with your natural self, the person God created you to be. The self your inner child has been waiting to meet. You all met probably through the ages 1 through 7, but you probably got lost or discouraged like I did after the age 7 or even after the age 21. Practical tools to stay grounded include breath work, meditation, tapping techniques, and affirmations, along with prayer as well. Prayer is also something that's not mentioned a lot, but prayer and affirmations, they work well together. These allow you to soothe your nervous system, shift your energy, and communicate safely with your inner child. Nature is another teacher. Just being outside has so many benefits that people are not aware about. Time outdoors, connecting with animals or children can help you tap into innocence and unconditional joy. Elders who live freely and fully can also model what a healed, liberated life looks like. And that was one thing I love that I always did was spend time talking to elders or just helping elders or just listening to them talk. It ended up being beneficial as I got older. And I'm not talking about elders in my family. These are more so strangers or past clients. Finances are a part of reparenting too. Our inner child often learns scarcity, which can show up as compulsive spending, chasing status, or using money to cope. Healing isn't just emotional, it's about creating safety and security in all areas of life, including how you manage and honor your resources. When you provide financial stability, your inner child learns safety without relying on external habits or distractions. The goal is to create safety, love, and support for the part of you that once sought comfort and coping mechanisms. Nurture your inner child with intention, spiritual alignment, and even financial awareness. And you start to heal the root of addiction, not just the habit itself. That all ends up being a part of transformation because once you start making small changes, then big changes start to happen. And when you transform your inside, then your reality starts transforming as well. A lot of people don't cope or respond to the external changes in a healthy way or a positive way, but that's what free will is about. Addiction is not just a habit, it reflects unhealed needs. Your inner child isn't broken, it's craving love, attention, and safety. Healing happens when you listen to the part of you that's been silently asking to be seen. Reparenting yourself through self care, boundaries, spiritual alignment, and financial awareness creates true transformation. And I make sure to add finances because some people don't want to change or they struggle with addiction because of finances. But self accountability comes a long way when it comes to finances. Even if you messed up when you were young, you don't look back, but sometimes you have to look back and learn your spending habits, your lack of knowledge on money, or not creating that money mindset. Like it's never too late to start over, but when you're young and people will tell you, "Oh, I will get it together in my 30s or my 40s." No, get it together now. Get it together when you can. Learn how to save or save money young or when you can because that's the best way to prepare yourself for as you get older or any type of change that happens within the world or within your own life. If this message spoke to you, comment below with one realization you had while watching. Make sure you subscribe and like this video and turn on notifications to join me weekly as we heal spiritually and psychologically. For deeper support, check out my coaching page in the description box. You don't have to do it alone, and I'm going to keep saying it in every video. The difference between me and others, or if you personally decide to step into transformation, is the fact that you have someone to be there with you. You have an extra set of eyes, an extra brain to hold you accountable, to make the right moves pretty much. And that's something I didn't have growing up. It was just a lot of learning lessons and just learning what to do and what not to do, or trial and error. Make sure you watch my Becoming Her series. If you're new to the channel and want to learn more about me, my journey to healing, or my spiritual journey in general. Since you tuned into this video, check out my latest one. I'm talking about the science of addictions. And make sure you like this video too if you liked it or if it resonated with you or if it helped you in any type of way. Healing doesn't have to hurt or be hard like the internet makes it out to be. There are coaches, mentors, and leaders. And I know that you have to find someone that you can actually trust, but you can start by trusting me, who can help you ease through the process and build a life that excites you without coping mechanisms or addictions. Remember, I am walking proof. I only speak from experience and wisdom, not idealism. I love you and thank you for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.